Hello, everybody, and welcome into Iceline here at Westchester, Pennsylvania, for some Temple After Dark action between your Temple Owls and the Westchester Golden Rams. It's 9 p.m., which means it's ECHA After Dark, Temple After Dark, whatever gets you going. But we have hockey here. I'm Mike Sangroni, bringing you to play-by-play action. We have Taylor Snyder in between the benches and Zach Demuse killing it on color commentary and the camera. Fellas, we have a good matchup set in store. This is the last matchup between these two teams this season. Earlier in the year, about a month ago, Westchester defeated Temple 6-1. Taylor, I'm going to bring you in between the benches. What you looking for today?
Mike, I'm looking for a lot of intensity. I'm going to need intensity early on if they're going to win this game. Westchester has a lot of options. Anyone on this team can score at any time. The sense I'm getting from this game tonight for Temple, they're going to have to be aggressive and they're going to have to forecheck if they want to win. Both goaltenders fit. If they can out-forecheck, they got it, Mike.
Well, the puck is dropped, and we are underway as Nick Van Allen sends in an early shot from the red line, and just 7 seconds in, we have our first whistle. And just 7 seconds in, I guess it's a perfect time to bring in our color partner, Zach Demuse. Zach, what you looking forward to today?
I'm looking for the Owls to capitalize on the opportunities that are given to them. Number one, the power play. They really need that to start working again. So that's what I'm looking for, Mike.
Temple wins the faceoff, but Westchester gets it, and it's Harmon sending it deep. The Bulls regroups for Temple, sends it out to the neutral zone, and chipped back in by the Golden Rams. Around by our back, Bladen Reed there controls it, and LeBombard along the half boards can't fully control it, and a hit from McAllister by the Golden Rams. Westchester controls, chips it in, puck keeps bouncing, something we noticed earlier when there was a high school game going on in this rink. The puck bounces a lot. Westchester getting some offensive zone time, goes up to the point, sends a shot, but goes off Ian Bull's stick and above our back. LeBombard tries to clear it, but gets hit in the back heavy by Vitullo. Westchester still controlling, but it looks like Nick Van Allen, who's a senior, and this is our last time broadcasting a game with VA in the lineup. He clears out to the neutral zone. Westchester regroups. Barberini comes on for Temple, and Horacek, the Golden Rams' leading goal scorer leading points getter with 20 points, out on the ice. Michael Irie having a big freshman year for the Owls. Settles across ice to Ondick, who just flutters it out to the neutral zone, and we have our first whistle with a hand pass.
Right off the bat, Mike, this is what I'm talking about. Westchester already controlling it from the start. Temple cannot allow that to happen. I'd rather see them play a poor defensive game and play a high offensive game in this one, Mike. They really, really need it, and especially on special teams tonight, Mike. If they can't force the puck down to Westchester's zone, it's going to be a very long game.
We saw it against Drexel the whole first period. Drexel controlled. Temple got the first goal, but not much after that.
Out on offense for Temple, Michael Irie, Andrew Kaiser, Brandon Ondick, 38 points combined between the three as Ondick tries to chip it in deep, but he was beyond the red line and is icing, and the puck will come all the way down to the other side of the ice with 18:35 left in the first period. Not even a minute 30 in, and we've already seen some big hits. There's 47 penalty minutes combined between these two teams. Last time they faced a little over a month ago on October 12th down in the Igloo when Temple was home. But expecting some fireworks today, as all the ECHA games are always physical and filled with penalty minutes. Refs seem confused about something. Westchester has a ref over there talking to the Westchester coaches, as Ben Auerbach is just waiting for the puck to drop to his right. Kyle Smedley and Barberini out there for Temple, one of the most reliable D pairs for the Owls this season. Puck drop, and Andrew Kaiser wins the faceoff. Barberini tries to swing it along the boards, but only gets so far. But Brandon Ondick gets to the half boards, but he can't get it out. Finally, he chips it, and Michael Irie has a one-on-one. He's going one-on-one. Tries to go wide along the dot, takes a shot, but misses it. Puck comes all the way out to the neutral zone, and Kyle Smedley tries to hit Barberini, but they cannot connect. And Teenan Senegan, who's tied with 20 points with Jake Horacek, chips it in for the Golden Rams as both teams go through some changes. Michael Irie changes up to Kaiser. Tries to get it through, but only gets so far, but he pinches along the boards and it gets control. Mike Walker coming flying in from the bench for the Owls, but Andrew Kaiser is just outnumbered, and the Golden Rams come away with it, and they get it out to the neutral zone. Matthew Gannett hasn't gotten a point in his last 5 games. Gets it up for Temple. Some neutral zone back and forth, and the Golden Rams get it, send it back behind our back, and Moses in there fighting for the puck along the boards. In the corners, is Ryan Vogt. Sends it out to the point, cannot control by the Golden Rams, and is offsides and have to regroup in the neutral zone. Chip back in, and it hits the netting, and we have a stoppage in play 2 minutes and 48 seconds into the first period.
One thing standing out for me right away, Mike, is Temple's passing. It's really not doing too well at the moment, if I'm being honest. Stick to stick, tape to tape. It's what you preach day one of hockey. Temple's not doing that right now. Every single time they're moving in transition, the pass is behind the player. Westchester quick to lift the stick. Temple will not get the puck in the back of the net if they cannot pass it.
Owls leading goal scorer Charles Giazza wins the face-off back to Ian Bowles. Giazza in the neutral zone can't control it, and Kubaka for the Golden Rams sends it back. Nordlinger chips it out to Kubaka, and a quick 2-on-1 for the Golden Rams. Kubaka takes a shot, but nice skate block shot by Bladen Reed. Nick Van Allen chips it out to Brandon LeBombard to spark plug, and Charles Giazza comes roaring in. Takes a slap shot, can't get it through though as it's blocked. And the Golden Rams can have an odd man rush if they hurry, but Brandon LeBombard does a good job of breaking it up. Golden Rams try to connect with a pass at the blue line, but it goes off a stick, so no icing. Ian Bowles has yet to register a point this year, can't handle it behind his own net. But Brandon LeBombard comes to help him out, and Charles Giazza gets it in the corner. As McKeever gives him a big hit, Bladen Reed just chips it up looking for LeBombard, but he decides to go off for a change. Charles Giazza pestering, can't get it. Nick Van Allen has 14 points this year, tries to chip it in, but only gets it as far as the blue line. Samedi forechecking for Westchester, as Van Allen just slides it over to Bladen Reed. Back to Ian Bowles behind the net. Back over to Reed as Temple is trying to get out of the defensive zone and just does so. Aaron Carlson takes a shot but misses the net. Both teams have yet to register a shot, and we're exactly 4 minutes into the first period here at Iceline. Samedi in the corner for Westchester as Aaron Carlson comes in for Temple, but the Golden Rams come away with it, and they're very nice yellow jerseys, I may add. Puck goes out to the neutral zone. Temple has to check up at the blue line now, or they'll get called for offsides. Crowley for Golden Rams settles it in the defensive zone, gets it through the neutral zone, and all the way down near Auerbach, and he'll just decide to cover up with 15:40 left in the first period. Still scoreless and still shotless in this matchup.
No shots in this game thus far, Mike, but one thing I think is separating Westchester from Temple at the current moment is sticks in lanes, disrupting passes, not allowing Temple to get any good looks. The best look they've probably gotten all game was Irie from the faceoff circle, kind of a blind spot. Everything else, they cannot see the net.
Rorty wins the faceoff for Westchester. Back to the point, get our first shot of the game. Auerbach tries to cover it, but he can't. And Aaron Carlson would just chip it out to the neutral zone, and it's batted back in by a hand. Westchester has to check up at the blue line since they're offsides, so Temple will just take their time. Smedley and Barberini playing catch, as Barberini goes into the neutral zone, tries to chip it far, but can only get it to the defensive blue line. Jake Horacek has 20 points on the year, regroups in the neutral zone, and he slides it over to Yawler. Yawler gets it, but Barberini gloves it down and chips it up, and Michael Irie is going to chase. Irie trying to come away with it, can't. Ondick picks it up. Scoring opportunity in front. Irie gets tripped up as Ondick slides it over, and Temple can't get a shot. 5 minutes into the first period, the Owls still don't have a shot. Westchester only has one. Smedley getting pestered. But Curtis for Westchester pitches in deep, and Barberini behind the net settles. Ondick cannot connect, but gets it out of the zone, and Leo Flick puts it back in for the Golden Rams. Irie gets hit hard by Leo Flick as the puck's all the way behind the net, behind the Rams starting goaltender Joe Kelly. Ian Bowles does a good job pinching in the neutral zone, and Westchester can only get so far. As 14:20 left in the first period, both teams are having trouble getting through the neutral zone. Sean Fowler doing a good job of back checking, roaring around his own net. Mike Walker along the half boards can only get it to the blue line. Westchester keeps it in, but Walker gets it back, and he's flying through the neutral zone. Tries to get it in deep, still forechecking, stick handling in the top of the slot, takes a shot, save Kelly. Probably the best scoring opportunity for the Owls so far, as Westchester is trying to get it out, but the Owls doing a good job forechecking. Walker and Zambella and Fowler. As the puck goes through a couple skates all the way down to the other end of the ice. Not a lot of shots for both teams, just 4 for the Golden Rams, 1 for the Owls, as we have a great goalie matchup. Ben Auerbach for Temple and John Kelly for the Westchester Golden Rams. They are 1-2 in save percentage in the ECHA, so premier goalie matchup here for ECHA After Dark. As we have 12:20 left in the first period, Temple gets it out into the neutral zone, and Yawler for Westchester will regroup as they try to get something going. The Owls doing a good job not letting Westchester go through the neutral zone. Mike Walker, Sean Fowler, top of the slot, takes a shot, can't get it through. Bladen Reed tries to regroup, and he'll just dump it deep. Yawler for Westchester behind Kelly, just slides it across to his D partner. And Westchester tries to get it out over the stick of Ian Bowles, but Sean Fowler is the only Owl in the area, and Temple will regroup. Jason Zambella comes in, lays a big hit on McElroy, who tried to send a shot on, but only gets as far as Ian Bowles' glove. Mike Walker tries to spring Zambella through the neutral zone, but he can't, and Zambella, Walker, and Fowler will go off the ice for Kaiser, on Dick, and Michael Irie. The Owls going to have a quick all-man rush at the hurry. Brandon Ondick, top of the slot, stick handles, right dot, tries to send it across to Irie, can't get it on net. Kaiser tries to send a shot, but doesn't. Michael Irie coming away with it in the corner, back to Barberini in the point. Barberini looking, tries to send a shot, gets blocked down. Ondick bats it on net, but it's saved by John Kelly. Barberini keeps it in for Temple. In the corner fighting for the Owls. Good forecheck. But it gets by Barberini, and Jay Korchek, the Rams' leading goal scorer, comes through, sends a shot, but right pad save Auerbach. He's been strong all year. Smedley fighting with Senegan, gets the puck away from him, and Michael Irie tries to get it out, but clearly does a good job of forechecking. Out in front, but Smedley keeps it out wide. Rams have some offensive pressure. Over to Cleary in the right point. Sends a shot on net. Easy save, Auerbach. Still loose in the slot. Michael Irie comes away with it. Gets it out of the zone, but can't get it past the red line. Westchester is going for a change. Horachek's coming off. Barberini tries to stick handle through. Can't. Pass save, Auerbach. Another save by Auerbach. Defensive zone. And can only get it so far. Ryan Vogt for Westchester keeps it in along the half boards. Back up to the point, over to Crawley.
Period of time, you're going to be skating backwards the whole game, and it's felt like that, Mike. It really has.
Temple can't win a faceoff, but Aaron Carlson is the first one to get to the loose puck. He's coming in the offensive zone, tries to drop it back to McDougal, and McDougal can't get a shot off as Westchester comes roaring through the neutral zone. Nordlinger coming along the right dot, tries to stick handle, it's over through Gune, sends it in front, but no one can find it. McDowell tries to get out of the blue line, and he does, as he's still pressuring, and it looks like the Owls can come away with it. Golden Rams retreat, and right around the blue line is Nordlinger, throws in to Kulbaka. McDougal pressuring him as he's just stick handling. Now two Owls come against him. Aaron Carlson delivers a little blow, and Nordlinger along the half boards, but Gune gets it in the corner. Nick Van Allen chips it out of the zone and gets it, and Aaron Carlson goes off the ice, and Brandon LeBombard comes on. Matthew Gune crossing the red line, just gets it in deep. Brandon LeBombard going to forecheck. John Kelly comes out of the net and just slides it over, but Charles Giazza is there, but it gets by him as three Rams outnumber one Owl and get out to the neutral zone. Both teams with sloppy passing can't connect in the neutral zone as Temple gets it from a Westchester turnover. Brandon LeBombard goes into forecheck. The Rams come away with it. In the neutral zone is McElroy. McElroy crosses the blue line, sends a shot in on Auerbach, but an easy glove save for his 10th of the day with 8:25 left here in the first period.
Big thing to point out, Mike, only 2 shots for Temple to Westchester's now 10 shots. Temple really needs to generate some offense going forward. Their passing, like Taylor said, is sloppy, but their opportunities are there. They have puck possession in the offensive zone. They just need to capitalize on the opportunities when presented to them.
Well, the Temple getting outshot isn't anything new. Their averages show they get outshot every game as they give up 42 shots against and 36 shots for per game. As Temple comes away with it, as Mike Walker sends it in deep, and he goes to pressure Lane along with Zambella. Lane sends it along the boards, takes a weird hop out in front, but only Golden Rams are there. As Senegan, circling behind his net, drops it off to Lane. Looks like he throws it over to Crawley. Or Cleary, who turns it over. Zambella picks it up, Sean Fowler in the forecheck, but the puck is sent off the boards and out in the neutral ice as Barberini sends it back in deep for Temple, and the Owls will try to get some forecheck going. Brian Lane for Westchester sends it up on the boards. Number 6 in yellow is Senegan, has 20 points on the year. Sends it over into the zone, comes Westchester, sends an easy shot from the outside, and Auerbach makes another easy glove save. While Westchester does have 11 shots on net, doesn't look like any of them have been too dangerous so far, Taylor.
No, not really, Mike. And one thing I am noticing is Ben Auerbach is seeing the puck well, and that's because his defense is doing a good job of limiting the high pressure. If you think about it, there's only been 1 or 2 chances in this game where Westchester's been able to get it down low and really pressure Auerbach. That's one thing I'm seeing from the Owls, forcing it up high, letting him see the puck.
Puck is still in Temple's defensive zone. Guinea comes along with the corner, sends it along the boards, gets it out to Crawley's glove on the red line, and he'll just send it in. Both teams just playing some dump and chase back and forth. No one really getting some major control time. Guinea and Moses try to play catch, but it finds its way to Ondick along the half boards. And he'll send it out in the center ice for Michael Irie. Westchester attacking, below the net, sends it out in front, but no one can really locate it. But Michael Irie does, and he's roaring through neutral ice. Makes one move, and he gets behind, but the puck keeps going behind the net, sends it out in front. Ondick finds it, but John Kelly's there with the pad, makes the save. Coming the other way is Samedi for Westchester along the left dot. Circling around the net, sends it out in front, can't find it. Puck comes out in front, Westchester sends it on net, but Auerbach, who didn't know where it was at first, finds it now, and he makes the save with 6:44 left in the first period.
Good job by Ben Auerbach not panicking there, Mike. You're right. The puck was not in his sight. He had no idea where it was, but he stayed square. He didn't freak out, and he was in perfect position to make that save. A Westchester player heard after the play, Mike. It's number 10, Derek Samedi, who you were talking about on the car ride over here. He was banged up after the play. We'll have to check up on that.
Taylor between the benches can definitely keep us updated on that as he's in all the action. Westchester wins the offensive zone draw, sends it in deep, and McKeever sends it out front for Westchester, and the puck's still going around. No one can find it, but Ian Bowles is the first to do that, the Texas man with the great hair. Aaron Crossan along the half boards, sends it out front. McDowell in the neutral zone, fighting with Curtis, comes away with it, sends it out in front, scores! Temple! Looks like, I don't know who that was, Taylor. I can't see the number. Garrett Elmer makes it 1-0 Temple.
It was
with
indeed.
6:21 left in the first.
Mike, it was indeed Garrett Elmer. We'll have to see who pushed that out from the corner, but is that not what I was talking about 10 minutes ago, putting the puck on net? You never know what'll happen. That's putting the puck on net 101 right there, Mike, and Temple has a 1-0 lead because of it.
Garrett Elmer in his 10th game of the season registers his first point. It's his first goal of the year off a beautiful assist from McDowell, and Temple has a 1-0 lead with 6:17 to go in the first. That could get the boys going. Teams are playing a little ping pong in the neutral zone, bouncing around, but Charles Giazza comes away with it, pressured by Kubaka, but Nordlinger tries to figure it out, but can't, and Van Allen slides it over to Bladen Reed, who pokes it up through neutral zone. Westchester trying to get it out. They do, out into neutral ice. Brandon LeBombard does a good job back checking, and Charles Giazza has it. Makes one man miss, makes another one, but a big hit by Cleary. Nick Van Allen tries to send a quick shot, but it goes wide of the net. Cleary, who just delivered a big hit on Giazza, sends it through neutral zone, and it bounces through Ian Bowles, and he'll just regroup as both teams make some changes. Zambella coming on from Temple. Barberini coming on for the Owls. But we'll get an icing call of 5:27 left in the first. Garrett Elmer with his first goal of the year, doing a great job just getting the shot off as soon as he can, and only 5 shots for Temple, but they have the only markers, 1-0 with 5:27 left in the first here at Ice Line in Westchester, PA. The Golden Rams win the offensive zone draw, slid over to Crowley, but Brandon LeBombard blocks the shot. Vitullo trying to get it deep for the Golden Rams, but can't, as it's pitchforked through neutral zone, and Crowley regroup near the curling dots in his own defensive zone. Vitullo sends it in deep, and it comes out front, but Ben Auerbach is able to cover up.
Mike just talked with the scorers table, confirmed number 84, Garrett Elmer got the marker. Number 38, Sean McDowell, put one down for him with the assist. Good for number 38, McDowell getting on the board. What a beautiful setup to Elmer. Again, 1-0 Owls.
McDowell's second assist of the season. Garrett Elmer's first goal of the season, and it's 1-0 Temple. Zambella wins his offensive zone draw. Matthew Guinea slides it over to Mike Walker, and the puck finds its way into neutral zone. Jake Horacek for the Golden Rams, as it is pitched back deep by Rorty for Westchester. Matthew Guinea, pressured by Senegan. gets it along to Sean Fowler on the half boards, who's dealing with forecheck on his back, but Yawler can't keep it in for the Golden Rams, and should have been an offsides call as it went off a forecheck, but no call, and Moses will regroup for Temple. Slides it over to Gane, who tries to pick up some speed but can't handle the puck. Both teams a little sloppy handling the puck. I don't know if it's the ice surface, because we saw that earlier when there was a high school game before this. Gane in his defensive zone, chips it out along the boards, and Yawler keeps it in the neutral zone as teams continue to play ping pong between the blue lines. Curtis behind his own net slides it over to Crawley, who just throws it back to Curtis. Curtis in his defensive zone corner tries to get it up as Michael Irie, Kaiser, and Ondick are on for the Owls. Barberini and Kyle Smedley are the D pair. Playing catch in their defensive zone. Andrew Kaiser goes off his stick, stays in his defensive zone, and Yawler keeps it in, tries to send a shot, but Smedley blocks it away with his glove, and no harm there. As a quick 2-on-1 for the Owls. Irie gets tripped up, and there will be a penalty called, and the Owls will get their first power play of the game with 3:35 left in the first. If there wasn't a trip right there, the Owls could have had a prime time 2-on-1 scoring opportunity.
Mike, we talked about it earlier in the game. Owls are 3 for their last 24 in the last 5 games on the power play. I spoke to Pat Cow before the game on Coach's Corner. He said he knows it's a soreness that this team has. He knows it's a problem that they're having so far. They've tried to make some adjustments in this 14-day break to fix it. We'll see what happens in the next 2 minutes.
Michael Irie in the face-off dot, wins it, and Van Allen pass it back to Gane. Yaze gets his spot along the half boards. Gane settles it over to Ondick. Ondick in the corner with his back towards the play. Goes into Michael Irie. They try to do a little give and go. Doesn't work. Van Allen in the slot. Over to Ondick. Right dot. Shots over the net. As Westchester is able to clear, Matthew Gane hasn't had a point in his last 5 games. The freshman's been impressive this year, but hasn't found his name on the score sheet. And he goes along with the power play struggles, because when the power play goes, Matthew Gane is the quarterback along the blue line. As he will just send it in, as Nick Van Allen will try to pressure lane. Michael Irie comes in for support. The Owls are still trying to come away with it. And they do, as Giaz is there with Irie, and it looks like we'll have a hand pass whistled, so the puck will come out to the neutral zone for a face-off with 2:47 left in the first and 1:12 left in the Owls' first power play.
Mike, this seems like a very opportunistic time right here for Temple. They're up 1-0 in this game against a team that's very good, played 3 less games. You still got 112 on this power play. I think it's really important for Temple to score here, especially with the way they're playing right now.
If a Garrett Elmer goal can give you confidence, so can a power play goal, especially when the power play hasn't been clicking in the last 5 games. The Owls win the face-off, get it in deep, but can't get any offensive zone time as Westchester just clears it out. And with 55 seconds left in the power play, Brandon Ondick is going to come through neutral ice trying to get some zone time for the Owls. He enters, does a good job settling down, gets to Gane along the blue line. Gane sends a wrist shot, deflected by Van Allen, but wide of the net. Great idea, but just a touch off from Van Allen, and the puck is all the way down to the other side of the ice as we have 37 seconds left, and Aaron Carlson comes on for Van Allen for Temple. Ondick and Gane are fighting in the corner. Charles Yaza comes in for support, comes away with it, and finds Aaron Carlson all the way down the blue line. He tries a stick handle through Michael Crawley, and in the corner he engages with Crawley. As Temple makes more changes, as Andrew Kaiser comes on the ice, saves it in at the point. Michael Irie along the half boards. He'll go look for a change with 15 seconds left in the power play. Andrew Kaiser bats it down with a stick, keeps it in, circling behind the net, tries to drop it off for Carlson, and the puck finds its way into the netting with 1:41 left in the first and just 6 seconds left in the power play. Shots are 13-5 Westchester as we play majority of this first period, but where it counts, Temple is leading 1-0, courtesy of Garrett Elmer. 6 seconds left on the power play. Looks like Temple head coach Pat Carroll is just going to throw out a line of Zambella, Mike Walker, and Sean Fowler. Zambella wins it. Fowler comes away with it. Along the goal line, sends it out front, but into the side of the net. Fowler still stick handling as the power play expires. We're even strength. Fowler and Zambella try to get a cycle going. The puck seems like it's stuck along the yellow boards, and it goes all the way to the other side. It looks like Mike Walker, the freshman, tries to fight for it, but Westchester comes away with it. Senigan tries to pull a good move, but Ian Bowles does a great job of getting the body on it, and the puck finds its way into Westchester defensive zone with 1:10 left in the first period. The puck coming all the way down below Temple goal line. Kyle Smedley just going to throw it over into the other corner with Ian Bowles. Looks like Westchester's coming in hot on the forecheck. Sennigan comes away with it, but can't find a teammate as Kyle Smedley, stick handling, makes a nice move, coming through defensive zone, loses it, but thankfully Westchester isn't forechecking enough. Puck bounces over Yaller's stick, and Sean Fowler gets it, but can't get too far with it as we have 40 seconds left in the first period. Temple leading 1-0. Yaller behind his net, sends it up to Leo Flick, who's tied second in the ECHA with 11 goals. Flick in the neutral zone gets it over the Vogt. Vogt tries to send a soft shot on, but it's wide. But Westchester does a good job keeping it at the point. Vogt surveying, trying to get in the middle, does, but doesn't get anything too threatening. Vogt still has the puck, sends it over Yaller in the point with 15 seconds left. Slid over shot, glove save Auerbach, but he can't find a rebound, but it's over in the half boards. That's with 9 seconds left. Andrew Kaiser tries to get up to Michael Lowry, doesn't. And with 5 seconds left, looks like time will expire before anybody can get anything dangerous as the final buzzer sounds. Temple is winning 1-0 courtesy of Garrett Elmer on an assist from McDowell. As we'll head into intermission, make sure you stay tuned. Actually, let me not forget, we have the man between the benches, Taylor Snyder. Taylor, who you with? Looks like the goal scorer himself, so once he makes his way over here and we can get a sight line of Garrett Elmer and Taylor Snyder's amazing hair and amazing faces. So we're going to send it down to Taylor Snyder's with the goal scorer himself, Garrett Elmer.
The rumors are true. I'm with the king of period one, Garrett Elmer, number 84. Garrett, first goal of the season, come at a big moment. Can you kind of take me through that play? What happened there?
Yeah, so we got out of the zone pretty quickly. That cross-ice pass from Crossan to McDowell. I saw McDowell had him beat on the foot race, so I figured might as well bust it to the net and see if he can get one in front. I can tap one home real quick.
Last game versus Drexel, a little slow start in this game, bit better this period. What do you think of your team's overall play? What type of adjustments do you think you need to make heading into the second period?
Well, I think we're playing a lot more aggressive so far, so as long as we keep that up, I think along with that and our defensive zone, I think we'll be able to hold them to as little goals as possible. So,
what's Westchester showing you guys out there, and how are you able to respond to that?
They're showing a lot of speed and a lot of stretch passes, so I think we got to figure out a way to cut down on that. And, yeah, just find a way to win the game from here.
Thank you so much. Number 84, Garrett Elmer, the lone mark for the Temple Owls in that period. Don't you go anywhere, boys and girls. We will be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the first intermission report. I'm Mike Sangroni alongside Zach Demuse and Taylor Snyder. Temple leads Westchester 1-0 here at Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. I mean, boys, the shot's 14-15 in favor of the Golden Rams, but the Owls got it where it counts, courtesy of Garrett Elmer. What are you guys seeing from the first period?
You know, the good news for Temple in this period is Westchester controlled most of the play, but when Westchester put the puck down there, they did a pretty good job of limiting the chances. Ben Auerbach, like I mentioned in between the benches, Mike, only 2 to 3 high danger chances in this game, and you think about that, that's not really a lot for how much Westchester's had the puck, so that's definitely a positive for Temple. One thing they need to improve on, and that could really separate them in this game, putting shots on net. It seems like the times they did, really good things happen. That one play from the corner, McDowell to Elmer. Elmer gets his first mark of the year. Huge for Temple. I think the more pressure, the merrier right now for Temple, because when they get pucks down there, Zach, and I know you agree, it's not a total disaster. They just got to keep putting it on net.
Yeah, when you were talking to Elmer after the game, he basically said, listen, he was there. They chipped it onto him. I think it was McDowell, I believe, had the assist. McDowell had it in the corners, chipped it right to Elmer. He put it right in the net. It's as simple as that. It's communication. It's knowing where your former teammates are and knowing where they should be on the ice, and that's really the biggest thing that I can take away with. We talked about Temple's sloppiness in the beginning, but they picked it up. The power play didn't look bad, didn't look great, though, either. A lot of stuff to improve there as well. But going forward, I like Temple's confidence. I like their energy, but they need to make sure they slow Westchester down because Westchester's not getting shut out tonight. They're getting at least one. I can tell you that now.
So this has been Auerbach's 8th start of the year. In 6 of 7 previous starts, he has faced at least 49 shots. Westchester already has 14, but none of them seem like they're really dangerous chances. I can only remember probably 2 shots where Auerbach really had the stress to make a save. Taylor, you talked about sticks in the passing lane. What else do you like from Temple's defense? You
know, sticks are in the passing lane, and that's one good thing. But they're quicker off their checks. They're doing stuff off the play that I really like. Westchester, when they're sending players down there on the forecheck, they're not as fast as it was last time around when they played Drexel, which was obviously in Mount Laurel. This game, for me, isn't really controlled as much from Westchester as Temple's kind of letting them into this game. I came into this game, benefit of the doubt, knew Westchester had a good attack, but Temple's been able to limit it. I feel like they're beating themselves almost in a way, and if they do continue to do the small things in the defensive zone and continue to put pressure on, they can easily take control of this hockey game.
If Drexel's not going to put decent shots on net, Temple needs to stop, overpowering themselves and kind of tiring themselves out when they don't need to, and we saw that a little bit. I believe when the goal was scored, Temple was being outscored 9-2, and if it wasn't at that specific moment, that was the time during the first period. Nine shots for Westchester, only 2 for Temple. So the opportunities are not always there for the Owls, but like we said, they have to get shots on net, and when that happens, good things happen.
All right, well, fellas, as Zamboni just went off the ice, so we got to ask this obligatory question for both of you. If you're head coach Pat Carroll, what are you telling the boys in the locker room up 1-0?
Keep the legs moving, and come on, guys, we got to get the puck on net more. I think when it gets down there, they're taking their time a little bit, and I think that's great. Set it up, cycle movement, but just put it on net, force it low. I feel like they're losing this game because they aren't forcing it low. Like I said, Auerbach able to see the puck. Well, Temple's got to reverse that the other way around. They got to break that because Westchester doing the same thing, holding them to the blue line. Get guys down low and put pressure on a very good goaltender in Kelly.
You need to make sure you are taking smart decisions and making smart shots, and we talked about it earlier. We need to make sure that when Temple has the puck, they know what they're going to do with it. They know who they're going to pass through. They know if they're going to shoot or whatever it might be. They need to know in advance what they plan to do when the puck hits their stick, and if they know that, I think they're going to be successful this game. Love the energy, love the passion, love the aggressiveness that they have. Let's see in the second.
All right, well, the players are about to come off the ice, or come onto the ice, so we're going to take a quick break. Temple's leading 1-0 after the first period. For the first intermission report, for us three, we'll be on the call, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to some Temple After Dark action here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We're at Iceline for the Temple Owls road matchup between the Westchester Golden Rams. After one period, the Owls lead 1-0, courtesy of Garrett Elmer's first goal of the season. And we're ready for some second period action between these two teams' last meeting of the season in a big ECHA matchup, as Charles Giazza is in the faceoff circle for Temple, and he wins it back to Smedley. Little sloppy first period for both teams, but both teams look to change that as Charles Giazza gets it in deep, but it goes off the boards through the neutral zone, and Smedley throws it over to his partner Barberini. Barberini up to Brandon LeBombard. The Marine just chips it into the corner, and Giazza comes in and tries to play the cycle game of Van Allen. Van Allen fighting two Golden Rams. Giazza gets control of the puck, but is poked right off his stick right away. Westchester, tape-to-tape pass to Horacek in the neutral zone, tries to get it deep, but off Kyle Smedley. Horacek goes to forecheck, throws along the boards to Lane. Lane throws it in deep. Barberini pestering a Golden Ram, and Van Allen comes away with it. Van Allen throws over to LeBombard, who tries to settle it, but the pass is a little bit behind him. Westchester around the blue line, gets it in deep, tries to send a shot, but Kyle Smedley, with what seems like his fifth block shot of the game, bats it down. Van Allen tries to get it out, but O'Brien for Westchester keeps it in deep. Barberini in the corner, Sean Fowler comes in for support. Fowler off the boards and out. Nick Van Allen in the neutral zone forechecking, but Crowley comes away with it, and Van Allen will just go off for a change. Ryan Vogt gets his pass breaking up by Mike Walker, and Walker will just pitchfork it out to the blue line, but it looks like we're going to have a hand pass called on Westchester, and the puck's going to come out into the neutral zone for a face-off with a minute 35 left, or a minute 35 gone here in the second period. Zambella in the face-off dot for Temple. Kubaka for Westchester wins it. And Curtis for the Golden Rams to chase it up. And Moses can't handle it. Kubaka sends a shot. Blocker save, Auerbach. Quick shot. Auerbach didn't know where that puck was, but luckily it hit his blocker. Puck bounces over Kubaka's stick, and Gannett comes away with it along the half boards. He's pestered by a stick and can't get it deep, so he'll just go back to his D partner, Moses. Moses over to Gannett, tries to get up to Fowler, but the pass is intercepted by Nordlinger. Over to Kubaka, but Kubaka can't get the one-time shot off. Puck finds its way out of the defensive zone, batted around, and Mike Walker coming in. Sean Fowler coming in through the slot. Walker tries to get in the center, but can't get it enough for Fowler to get a shot off. Puck's behind the net as John Kelly, bats it back down there. Sean Fowler trying to stick handle on the left dot, but the puck's bouncing around the slot, comes in the middle, but John Kelly covers the puck, and we have a whistle with 17:34 left in the second period.
Little extracurricular activities after the play. That was Sean Fowler going mano-a-mano with Brandon Curtis, who has the lone penalty in this game for the Westchester Golden Rams. Temple couldn't cash on that, but that was probably the first sign of physicality we've seen thus far in this game, Mike. A lot of hockey being talked in this period.
A lot of hockey being talked, and as you like to say, Taylor, business cards being exchanged.
A lot of business cards right now, but we're a little busy right now. We got Andrew Kaiser at the face-off circle, so take it away.
Michael Crawley just left the ice for Westchester Golden Rams. I don't know if he's trying to get something checked out. As Golden Rams on his knees, I don't see how that was. It looks like Ian Bull's going to get called for a penalty.
Yeah, Ian Bulls.
And Westchester, as John Kelly comes all the way out of his net to get the extra attacker and a quick 6-on-5 before the whistle is blown, which it is right there, as Michael Irie possesses for Temple. And with a little over 17 minutes left in this period, Westchester will get their first power play of the game. Key opportunity for the Golden Rams to tie it, as Ian Bowles, the man from Texas, is sent into the penalty box. Taylor, what do you have for us?
Yeah, they got our good friend Ian Bowles, number 42, for a hold. 2 on the board. Temple's going to have to kill this one off. I'm going to have a word here with Ian. Get back to you. Take it away, Michael.
As Westchester gets their first power play of the game, Garrett Elmer, the Owls goal scorer, in there in the faceoff dot, but he loses it. Tina Senegan has 20 points for the Golden Rams. Out along the half boards. Over to Cleary. Kubaka at the left dot. Clearly up front. Senegan over the right dot. Tries to get in front, but nice sticks there, as Taylor says. Sticks in the lane and breaks up the pass, and Temple clears it. Tina Senegan has 19 points in the last 10 games, and Jake Horacek, who has 17 points in the last 10 games, are out there for the Golden Rams, so some firepower for the men in yellow. Hilly surveys, tries to get a shot in, goes off a couple skates, but Auerbach right into his breadbasket, makes a save with 1:24 left in this power play opportunity and 16:37 left in the second period.
That was one of the more open shots I think Westchester's had this whole game, right down the middle of the highways, I like to call it, mid-slot. Auerbach saw it the whole way. 1:24 left here. And oh, by the way, Ian Bowles did say guilty as charged.
Thank you, Taylor.
It's hard-hitting reporting between the man with the man between the benches. As Temple tries to get it out, can't, goes off a couple skates, and Senegan will rattle in the corner. Over to Clearly, he takes a one-time shot, deflection by Horacek in front, but finds Sway and goes wide. Barberini tries to clear it off the boards and into the netting, and the puck will stay in the Owls' defensive zone to the right of Auerbach. I mentioned Horacek's and Senegan's point streaks, but Leo Flick has goals in each of the last 6 games, and he's also out there, number 24 in yellow for the Golden Rams. As looks like Michael Crowley's coming back on for the Golden Rams with a couple skate blades in his hand, so maybe some skate problems.
Yeah, he's on one foot. He's not extending, so it seems to be the blade, Mike. We have to have a repair going on here. Pit crew coming in.
Where's the mechanic? As Giazzo wins the faceoff for Temple, but Leo Flick does a good job to get it for the Golden Rams. Out to Clearly and along the blue line. Over to Senegan, right dot. Sends it over to Kubaka. Sends a shot high. Had a chance to hit the net, but doesn't, and it rattles off the boards and into the netting, and we get a stoppage with 50 seconds left in the penalty and just over 16 minutes left in the second period.
That shot was there for Mike. High blocker side. Auerbach left it open. But listen, before the game we talked about the power play, but Pat Carroll also talked about the penalty kill. Looking good so far. Need to get the puck out of their zone.
Westchester looks to have the second power play unit on the ice as Rorty on the half boards. Plays a little switcheroo with the teammate Lane along the blue line. Tries a cross slot pass, but Giazzo doing a good job with the stick in the passing lanes. Westchester comes in and a ripper and scores in the top corner. We have a tie game. Michael Rorty with a snipe over the glove hand of Auerbach. And a power play goal from Westchester ties this game at 1 with 15:41 left in the second period.
Mike, that was a great cycle from the Westchester Golden Rams. Charles Giazza, number 5, had real estate in the slot, was able to break it up, but just not nearly enough. Got to credit the Rams on that one. Rorty just let that one rip over the right shoulder of Auerbach. Bowles was a little upset with himself after that, and we got an even hockey game, Mike.
1-1 hockey game, and Ian Bowles a little upset, as he probably would be, as the Westchester Golden Rams scoring a power play from an Ian Bowles penalty. On Dick along the blue line, sends a shot, but John Kelly bats it on to the corner. Westchester, that's Harmon, along with Smith, a quick 2-on-2, but Andrew Kaiser back checks, but the Golden Rams still possess. Five-a-side hockey now, as Matthew Gannett going for the puck at Temple. Weird collision along the boards with Curtis. Ganet's stick still active, and the puck finds its way to Michael Irie. He's still bouncing along the blue line, kept in, fluttered into the chest of Ben Auerbach, and 15:01 left in the second. We have a stoppage. Shots are 18-7 in favor of Westchester. The scoreboard reads 1-1.
1-1, but something that still is resonating with me, Mike. 18 shots to 7. Not much of a change of scenery from the first period, and I just don't think Temple's going to be able to play this back against the wall game. They need to generate more shots and create opportunities for themselves.
Yep. 25 minutes of game time through. Temple only has 7 shots, as a shot from the point goes through. Auerbach's trying to lay it on it. The puck's still loose, but the ref loses sight of it. And maybe a good thing for Temple as the whistle is blown.
Mike, I got to be honest. I think number 31, Ben Auerbach, got away with one there. The puck was loose, but you hit it right on the nail, Mike. The ref just could not see it, hence the stoppage of play. Auerbach left blindness there that could have been easily 2-1.
Good quick shot by Cleary, and Auerbach really couldn't get a good eye on it, as Westchester, that was their 20th shot of the game, and have 13 more shots than the Owls. Rorty, Westchester's goal scorer in the faceoff dot, but he loses it as Barberini tries to settle it, but turns it over. Westchester below the net, sends it out front the lane. Lane down low, slides over to Cleary along the slot, and gloved down by Auerbach. He had a clear line of sight to see that puck.
Mike, I can't remember the last time the Owls possessed the puck in their own offensive zone. It seems like the whole, almost 6 minutes in this period so far have been in the Owls defensive, Golden Rams offensive zone near Ben Auerbach there, and that's a problem. Like Taylor said, they're not going to win this game with their backs to the wall. They need to take advantage of the opportunities, and the first opportunity they need to take advantage of is get the puck out of their defensive zone quickly.
Maybe Coach Pat Carroll heard you as he gets the first line out there, centered by Charles Giazza, as the Owls are looking to get some pressure. Barberini tried to clear it out, but Westchester bats it down along the blue line. Jay Korchek makes a nice move, sends a shot. Pad saved by Auerbach in the slot, loose, but the Owls do a good job of covering up the rebound. Van Allen, stick handling. LeBombard tries to chip it along the boards, but it looks like it nips the netting, and we'll have play blown dead with 14:15 left in the second period. Looks like we'll be able to face off in the neutral zone right on the offsides dot.
Mike, Westchester has completely controlled the puck. To echo Zach's point, since they scored that goal, it's ironic. This is the first faceoff that's been out of Temple's zone, and it was because of a stoppage. So not good for the Owls. Good job by Carroll, though, to get the first line out there. Let's see what they can do.
Vogt wins the faceoff to Yawler, who just sends it in deep. Kyle Smedley trying to play along the boards, but Leo Flick flicks it along, but Charles Giazza comes away with it, but still can't get it out. As on top of the slot, the Golden Rams possess it. Leo Flick, the Rams' leading goal scorer, along the half board, surveying, slides it all the way over, kept in by Yawler, sends a shot, goes through, save Auerbach, second shot doesn't get on. Vogt sends it to Samedi along the blue line, over to Yawler, takes a shot, pad saved by Auerbach. The Rams are first ones on the rebound, and they have the puck. Barberini sends it out, and Van Allen has a one-on-one chance with Samedi, but Samedi does a great job of poking it away. Feels like Kyle Smedley and Barberini have been out for a while. Sean McDowell comes on for Temple. Nick Van Allen goes off. Aaron Carlson comes on. And Ian Bowles get a much-needed defensive change for the Temple Owls. Leo Flick coming in along. Takes a shot right into the breadbasket to Auerbach. And we have a stoppage to play. 7 minutes gone here in the second.
Too easy for the Rams right now. Almost just taking this puck and doing whatever they want, whenever they want. This Temple offense and defense just simply not present right now, Taylor.
Yeah, the scoreboard reads 1-1, but for Westchester, they know it's still a tie hockey game. I mean, say what you will, the score is 1-1. It's still even. Anyone's ball game right now, and they're taking advantage of the opportunity.
Still a 1-1 game, but Westchester is attacking. Cleaver along the goal line tries to send it out front, goes through. Another attempt to get it out front, but Auerbach does a good job of making sure that pass doesn't get in the slot. Sean McDowell coming over, tries to make a move, Looks like he gets upended a little bit, falls down to the ice. And Aaron Carlson and McDougal are pressuring for Temple, trying to get the puck out front. And it feels like this is the longest the Owls have been in the offensive zone this whole second period. But quickly the Golden Rams possess and get it out. But just missing the tape of Nordlinger, and the puck goes all the way down. No icing as Ian Bowles just pokes it along into some open ice. Aaron Carlson settles it, but blindly throws a pass to the center of the ice and doesn't connect with the Temple Owl. McDougal bats it down in the neutral zone. Gives it to Bladen Reed. Throws it to Ian Bowles. Reed now has it, sends it along the boards to Carlson. Sends a nice little chip pass in the middle of Michael Irie. He loses it. McDougal throws a nice pass to Irie. Shot, save, John Kelly. Puck still out in front. Looks like he's bouncing around. It looks like it's in. Michael Irie. Little luck of the Irish, maybe. And the Owls are up 2-1. 12:04 left in the second period.
Free real estate. Michael Irie's buying. If it's on sale, he wants it. That puck somehow found its way through the pads of Kelly, the goaltender, trickling loose. Saw it go the whole way through, Mike. If the puck completely crosses the line, it is in, and it did, Mike. That's a goal for the Temple Owls. What did I say just a minute ago? Say what you will. Even hockey game, opportunistic, Mike. Temple, very limited in this period, but the opportunity was at hand, and they capitalized.
Michael Irie and Aaron Carlson were doing a great job, along with Ian McDougal, just getting that puck in front and hoping something good happens, and something good did happen. Looked like it rode along the back of John Kelly and went in, and it's 2-1 Temple, just a little over 12 minutes to go in the second period. That was the Owls, only the Owls' 10th shot of the game. But it is 2-1 Temple where it counts.
When the puck was on net for Temple there, Mike, they showed their physicality, did not give it up until it was in the back of the net. Let's hope that continues.
Curtis in for Westchester, sends it along, but nice save by Auerbach. Westchester still possessing, but missing the pass to the point, and it goes all the way out. On Dick chasing Yawler for Temple. Yawler just slaps it out through the neutral zone. Looks like it goes all the way down. No icing. It is waved off as they thought a Temple player had a chance to play it. Westchester forechecking, keeping it in. Temple can't get it out. Sends a shot on, but Auerbach pokes it along to the corner. Matthew Gannett just surveying, looking what to do with the puck. Finds Brandon Ondick along the half boards as he'll flutter it up. Michael Irie goes to chase, but Westchester bats it down. And they'll try to possess, but sends it all the way out, and it looks like a breakaway chance. Sennigan coming in for Westchester. Move! Save Auerbach! Or is that a goal?
Referee signaled goal as soon as the move was made.
Well, it is a goal. Westchester ties it up. Teen and Sennigan. Looks like there's some controversy, though, as it didn't look like he had a shot on the angle to get it in. Didn't look like he elevated it, but the refs are going to count it. Temple players are confused, and the last two goals have been very controversial and very confusing, might I add, but nonetheless, it's 2-2 with 10:57 left in the second.
Mike, I'm going to have to get back to you here.
Yeah,
There's a
Taylor,
lot.
You're going to have to do a lot. The linesman's checking the side of the net, because it didn't look like from this angle. That's why I said save, because that shot didn't look like it was elevated over the pad, nor had the angle to go in, but nonetheless it goes in.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to go forehand, backhand, back to the forehand, and it just didn't look like he elevated above Auerbach's pad, but I guess they saw something we didn't up here.
Mike, it was number 15, Kevin Cleary, who got the mark. Sennigan, your best friend, got the assist. Cleary has been humming all night. Very, very slick type of player who loves to let it go. Finally got his chance there. I'm as confused as you, but we got a tie hockey game.
Do have a tie hockey game as the puck comes out of front. Auerbach covers it up, and we'll get a whistle. And it'll be a defensive zone draw to the left of Auerbach.
Mike, over the past 3 minutes, one thing I did want to note, the Temple bench has been furious. They feel like the officiating has been very inconsistent tonight. There was a holding call on Josh Moses about 2 minutes or so ago that really went unnoticed in a 2-1 hockey game. Like I said, all the little things are really starting to count. I feel like no team has the advantage, even though it's 27-10 Westchester shot total right now.
Westchester wins the face-off, tries to send a shot, but just flutters above the net into the netting. 10:40 left here in the second period. Westchester leading in shots 27-10, but is tied 2-2 on the scoreboard. Garrett Elmer and Michael Irie had the tallies for Temple, as Teen and Sennigan had the second goal for Westchester just tied up. Temple comes away with it. Mike Walker sends it in deep, and Sean Fowler and Jason Zambello will go in for a forecheck. Little cycle game going. Zambella just blindly throws it along the boards, and Horacek's there for Westchester, but he sends it out only to the stick of Smedley. Samedi wraps her around the boards, but then again, there's Smedley out in neutral zone. Westchester has the puck, being pestered by Sean Fowler. Mike Walker keeps it in, but can't get any pressure out of that. Chipped along the boards. Horacek finds it, blindly throws a pass across the ice, looking for the recent goal scorer Sennigan, but cannot do so. Smedley controls it, sends a pass up to Horacek. Sennigan coming along the left side. On the backhand, goes a forehand, sends a shot right into the chest of Auerbach. Smedley along the blue line, throws it over to Lane. Lane takes a shot, wrist shot. Looks like saved by Auerbach. He didn't know where the puck was, though. Might have been blocked in front by Kyle Smedley, who looks like he's been out there for a couple straight minutes. With 9:33 left in the second, Barberini tries to send it out, but Lane keeps it in for Westchester. On half boards, back up to Lane in the right point. Lane sends it over to Cleary, who can't handle it. He loses a stick, maybe a free chance to get the puck out. Mike Walker trying to poke at it, but can't. Leo Flick keeps it in. Barberini behind his net settles, getting forced by Ryan Vogt. He's forcing the pressure, but Barberini gets it up to LeBombard, who fans on a clearing attempt, and it stays in. Temple having trouble keeping it out as we officially reach a 9-minute mark. 9-minute mark left in the second period. There's a loose stick on the ice. He's clearly lost his stick earlier. And Leo Flick controls it for the Golden Rams. He comes in along the right dot. Backhand, tries to send in front, goes hard to the net, knocks the net off its moorings, doesn't get anything out in front, and we have a stoppage of play with 8:45 left in the second. Goals at 2 apiece.
Mike, there's sticks falling all over the ice. Pucks are crossing the line. They're defying laws of physics, and I really do mean it. It feels like this game could go any way. It's 28-10. Shot total in favor of Westchester. You watch this game at home if you're following on the app, you're thinking Westchester's dominating, but it's a game of bounces, Mike, and Temple has to be a bit more pressured here. They kind of have to kick it up a little bit, kick it into a new gear. They're slowing down a little bit.
It's slowing down. It looks like Westchester's getting the forecheck going, which could be a bad sign for Temple, especially if they can't get the puck out. Ondick is able to poke it out, but he gets pressured by Nordlinger and just turns away. Nordlinger coming in through the blue line, sends a shot on net, doesn't get too much. Wrap around attempt off the post. Puck comes out in front, but it was a goal by Westchester, but that's waved off. Maybe the net was off his moorings when Auerbach went to do some post-to-post movement, and this game's going to stay at 2 apiece. Taylor, a lot of confusing things are happening right now when it comes to pucks being in the net.
How absolutely fitting that the net came off its moorings there. They're not going to count it. No one's signaling like there was a goal there, so we're going to remain 2-2. It was Aiden Smith on the doorstep who just cranked it in. He was a bit frustrated. Thought he got a mark, but it's 2-2 now, and the referee skating over to the bench to have a word with Westchester. I think they want to get a bit of clarification here. It's hard to tell from my angle if the net came off its moorings, but I can only assume that's why it was called off.
Yeah, it looked like as soon as they called that, he went to check it, and the net was a little bit over to the left-hand side, not in the normal position. But how about Ben Auerbach there? Not even a shot attempt if he didn't sprawl from one post to the other to kick his leg out and block that wraparound attempt. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, Westchester for the first time all game, Zach, finally starting to get that high danger, and this is what Temple does not want in a close game. They really got to push them off their game. If they can, that'll allow Temple to get into their game.
Bladen Reed does a good job getting the puck out. Westchester had a 3-on-1 opportunity, but nice pressure by Bladen Reed. And Temple had a chance with Michael Irie and Brandon Ondick, but Ondick beats the puck into the zone, and we have an offsides call with 7:59 left in the second. Taylor, the last 2 goals were very not clean. That was clean, but the net was off its moorings. I think there's just a lot of things going on right now we just can't wrap our head around.
There's a lot of things that we can't wrap our head around, but one thing I have wrapped my head around is since Westchester tied this hockey game up, nothing has been period. It's deja vu all over again. Got to get the legs moving.
Big hit in the corner on Ian Bowles. That was Curtis. Gets a nice little roar out of the crowd. Nothing doing for Westchester. I think that hit was on Matthew Gannett, actually, as Curtis sends it along the slot. Harmon sends it through the slot, but no one can find it. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty on Westchester, or maybe they'll send both of them. Looks like a slash on someone. Maybe Vitullo going to the box as he just hops over the boards. Doesn't even open the door. Maybe he's a little heated, but Temple hasn't gotten too many chances yet this period. They have a goal, but now they have a power play, their first of the period, with 7:21 left in the second.
Yeah, Mike, 3 for 28 in their last 5 games on the power play, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast. A very important stat. Special teams have been at the top of the bulletin board for the Owls, and in a tie hockey game right now, you finally got it down in Westchester's zone. Big chance here for the Owls.
Matthew Guinea sends a shot off the face-off, but right into the W&C logo of John Kelly. And just 3 seconds into the power play, we'll have another face-off.
Good to see Gnezo right. He took a big hit in his defensive zone. Looked like he just got right up, kept skating, but that was a big hit. Everybody in the crowd reacted as well.
Cleary sends it along the boards. Ondick can't keep it in, and a quick 2-on-1 shorthanded chance. Sennigan and Horchek going in. Ondick back checking. Great pass. Horchek sends it on net, but save Auerbach. Yaza coming the other way, and Temple, if they hurry, can get a quick odd man rush. Yaza tries to drop it back for Irie, settles it down with the glove in the top of the slot. Takes a shot, but John Kelly with the save. Van Allen out into Yaza, goes through to Guinea. Guinea top of the slot. All the way near the blue line, plays a little catch with Ondick. Over to Yaza. Yaza to Guinea. One-timer. Save. Kelly. Van Allen was there, but couldn't bat home the rebound. Yaza along the right half board, sends it along. Brandon Ondick trying to find Van Allen down low, but can't. Then Horchek spun for a breakaway. Horchek, all in all alone, takes a shot. Save. Auerbach. Second shorthanded chance. Sennigan up top of the slot. Another save. Auerbach. With a minute to go in the power play, Auerbach's made more saves than John Kelly. Yaza comes in, takes a slapper, but misses the net. Van Allen tries to center it, but it gets blocked down, and it is cleared. Kyle Smedley regrouping for Temple as Brandon LeBombard comes onto the ice for the Owls. Brandon Ondick trying to settle it, can't. Leo Flick just dumps it in deep with 38 seconds left to go in the power play. 5:55 left in the second period. Score still tied at 2. Westchester leading in shots 33-13. Giazza just sends it in deep, trying to get some forecheck. Aaron Crossan going in for the Owls. He lays a big hit, and Andrew Kaiser comes away with the puck. Laney Reed at the point, throws it back to Kaiser along the half boards. Down low is Brandon LeBombard. On it right dot, takes a shot over the net, and the puck's just going to wind along the boards, and Leo Flick's going to pick it up. He's got Ryan Vogt, but Ryan Vogt beats the puck in the zone. And with 9 seconds left on the power play, 5:30 left in the second period, we have a stoppage in play. Score still tied at 2 apiece.
All is right with the world because of one man, Ben Auerbach. But let me ask you this. If you're Temple, you're on a 5-man to 4-man advantage, how does Horchek escape right through your defense to go on a breakaway? I think, Taylor, you said that this penalty kill and the power plays at the top of their bulletin board after this game, it's probably going to remain there because it's not looking too good right now.
They seem to be a little asleep at the wheel, Zach. Good point. That happened not once but twice, and just right on time. We're going to have a 5-on-4 advantage for the Golden Rams with 4 seconds left on the Owls kill, or on the Owls power play.
Yep, we're going to have 4 seconds of 4-on-4. Blaine Reed getting called for an interference penalty, which he knocked down Leo Flick, who was chasing after the puck. Looked like, I guess you can call that interference. I guess it could be more of a cross-check, but Blaine Reed putting his hands up in the penalty box. And we're going to have 4 aside for 4 minutes before the Golden Rams will get a minute 56 of power play time.
Temple's coaches weren't happy there. They finally get the call, but not on the man they want. They said that there's a lot more of those interference calls that they've missed, the referees have earlier in this game.
Well, the Owls get out-pressured on their own power play, and the Golden Rams will get a man-up advantage of their own. Horchek drops off to Sennigan, trying to find a shooting lane, but can't. Sennigan on top of the blue line, gets it. Kubaka circles around him, but Sennigan is just playing with it. Tries to go across the slot to Kubaka, can't find him. Puck takes a soft bounce on the board, stays into the zone. Clearly up top, tries to find a pass, but no one was expecting it. But the Owls really aren't going after the puck. They're just trying to shut down the shooting lanes. Kubaka coming in with speed, sends it over. Sennigan shot. I don't know if that was a save Auerbach or he just missed the net, but nonetheless the puck doesn't go in, and Garrett Elmer has a chance to go the other way. Garrett Elmer pass clearly, sends a shot in, was off the net, but John Kelly settles it with the glove, and Horchek with Westchester going through the neutral zone, going to try to get in the offensive zone again with a minute 08 left in the power play. Horchek sends it across the crease, but doesn't find its way into the net. Horchek behind the net, it's to Sennigan, to Clearly along the blue line. Kubaka just settling it, looking for a pass, just sends it over to Clearly on the blue line. Sennigan, right dot, tries to find a pass to Kubaka, but on his backhand, and he can't settle it. Great effort by Garrett Elmer, but can't get it out. Kubaka tries to find a pass. Forecheck one time. Off the block. Kubaka, open net, and he scores. Puck bounces around, finds Kubaka, and he has a gift. Wide open net and a sprawling Ben Auerbach. And Westchester gets a power play goal, their second of the game, and it's 3-2 Golden Rams with 4:06 left in the second period.
Number 81, Bladen Reed, coming out of the box, yelled a hockey word at the referee. He was very, very upset about that call. Said it was interference, and I like Zach's point. There's been a lot of missed calls in this game. I think Bladen Reed was on the wrong end of it, and that really came back to hurt Temple there. They actually, funny thing is, they tried to get Ian Bowles, number 42, off. Kevin Ryder was trying to get a line change. Ian actually took command of the ship and ignored him, and Coach Ryder was not happy about it.
Yeah, the Owls weren't pressuring too much on that penalty kill, going to get the puck out. Maybe some tired legs out there, but the Owls are trying to get that goal back. As Zambella's below the net, tries to send it out front, can't find anybody. Yawler sends it along to the half boards, but Mike Walker is there to keep it in. Moses chips it below the net, and as Curtis and Zambella are just fighting for the puck. Zambella pestering Curtis as he keeps his back to Zambella and just sends it along for his partner Yawler. Yawler along the boards. Moses keeps it in. Mike Walker trying to support, but the puck finds its way out on the blue line. Aiden Smith sends it up for the Westchester Golden Rams. Bukine settles it, pitchforks it through neutral zone as Westchester can't hold it. Sean Fowler along the right dot, trying to find a shot right into the blocker, John Kelly. Zambella trying to pounce on the rebound, can't. Mike Walker gets taken down. Temple's coaches are upset. That wasn't a penalty. Could be a tripping. Looked like he got a little slash in the back of the calf, but Westchester beats the puck all the way on the other end, so no icing. Westchester pressuring, trying to get the puck out front, but Moses and Gane are doing a good job keeping the puck below the net. Gane settles real quick. Westchester trying to make some changes. Gane just bats it along the boards as it's out into neutral ice, and Samedi just controls, but sends it through the legs of his teammate Leo Flick, and Gane will just settle near the curling dots. Along the blue line, Westchester trying to get it out, as they do, and just send it in deep. O'Brien going in for the chase. Moses looks a little tired. O'Brien gets the angle, going around, sends it up to the point. Crowley sent a shot on deflection, looks like it went off a shin pad of a Temple Owl, and it goes wide. Brandon Ondick getting pestered in the corner by Vogt, but if puck finds its way to Moses along the half boards, but Michael Irie can't find it. But Temple eventually does get it, and Michael Irie, quick 2-on-1. If they hurry, Ondick and Irie. Irie has the puck, tries to slide it to Ondick, but Samedi gets a sticking away. Kaiser in the slot, but the net is off his moorings as Ondick found a way to get tangled up with John Kelly and a Westchester defender. And with 1:52 left in the second, we have a stoppage in play. 3-2 Westchester.
Mike, head coach Pat Carroll said not too long ago, actually, I overheard him say on the bench, that's the way to respond. He was a lot happier with the way Temple picked up their heads after Westchester instead of sulking in the moment, responding, stepping up. It's still a 3-2 hockey game, but to see Pat Carroll show that kind of emotion shows that Temple's given a lot better of an effort out there.
Won a few offensive zone faceoffs for Temple. As they settle, Kyle Smedley just throws it down low, and Giazza battling with Lane, trying to get the puck. He's battling clearly, and clearly looks like he just takes Giazza down, not worrying about the puck, but no penalty called. Giazza still has it, trying to find a puck, get in the middle, sends a shot, but high and wide. Finds all the way out to the point Smedley. Brandon LeBombard just shifts it in deep, trying to get some cycle game going. Van Allen pestering clearly. Clearly can't get the puck too deep, and Van Allen finds it in the corner. The referee's getting in the way with it. Van Allen sends it out front, but can't find a Temple player. Smedley along the blue line, sends a shot through bodies, but finds its way into the glove of John Kelly. And with just over a minute left in the second, we have a stoppage and an offensive zone draw coming up for Temple.
Sorry, Mike. I had the little mic malfunction. I'm right here, Mike. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving.
That's good.
That's you know, right there, it's nothing insane, but that's what I'm talking about, cycling the puck. Look at that, a face-off in in Westchester's zone. If they can keep forcing it down here, this could become a very different hockey game, because right now, since that goal, it really hasn't been too much of an advantage towards the Golden Rams.
Temple wins the face-off, but Sennigan gets it for Westchester, sends it in deep, no icing as it's waved off for some odd reason. I don't know why that was waved off. Nothing in
Temple's
the rule.
coaches are furious.
Yeah, I'm kind of furious too because that just goes against every single rule in ice hockey icing. So, but with 58 seconds left in the second, Westchester getting some offensive zone time, maybe gifted by the referees. Ian Bowles and Zambella trying to pester whoever has it for Westchester. Sends it into the slot, but Sean Fowler is there, and he just tips it out. 30 seconds left. Crowley settles it behind the goal line, and he bats it off the boards, but to Bladen Reed right at the red line, who just does the same right back in a little ping-pong action like we've been seeing a lot tonight. Temple trying to get some forecheck going, but there will be a stoppage and whistle as Sean Fowler looks like he got in with Crowley. Jake Horchek getting Fowler behind the head or behind the back. A little after the whistle business card exchange, as Taylor would like to say.
Yeah, every team's got to have a guy who's really good at networking, and that's Sean Fowler, number 77 for the Temple Owls. Not afraid to get rough and tough after, and we've seen it after the play. He does bring that extra edge that Temple does need sometimes, especially in a game like this where you're getting beat a lot offensively. You need a response from the aggression standpoint. Temple has not been short in that department tonight. Has actually been checking quite well in this game, Mike. It's something they could build off of and use to their advantage.
16 seconds left in the period. As we approach the 10-second mark now, Westchester maybe with one final push before the second period ends. Tries to send it on net. Glove down by Auerbach. Little cute little flick move by Westchester. Tries to get it in, but up into the netting, the wrong netting. And with 3 seconds left in the second period, we have a stoppage in play and an offensive zone draw, looks like to the left of Ben Auerbach, as Westchester leads 3-2. Well, definitely a confusing period, but hey, when it's 10-17 in Westchester, PA, and we have some Temple After Dark action, you can expect some of these confusing things, but a very eventful third period is about to come to a close as Westchester may be trying to steal one. Sends John Kelly to the bench as a little 6-on-5, maybe to get some bodies toward the net with 3 seconds left in the period. Face-off is won by Andrew Kaiser, however, and tied up as the final second period buzzer sounds, as Taylor's going to try to find someone of interest to talk to. As Westchester scores 3 goals in the second period, Temple only gets 1, and the Golden Rams lead 1-0. And it looks like Taylor's going to get Nick Van Allen, who, unfortunately, this is the last time we're ever going to broadcast Nick Van Allen, so we have to talk to him. It's not like we can't not talk to him. This is the last time we're ever going to broadcast him on the TU Ice Network. So Taylor talking shop with Nick Van Allen. We're going to send it down to him as he gets within our camera's range. And Taylor, take it away, bud.
Here with number 25, Nick Van Allen. This is our last broadcast with Nick. He will be graduating here shortly. Nick, 3-2 hockey game close. The shot count favoring Westchester. But what do you think you guys are doing positively that you could utilize and grow on in the third period?
Well, towards the end of the period, they were cycling pretty well, getting some shots from the point. So if we can keep doing that, I feel like we'll find a couple chances and pop a few and even win the game. So,
what do you got to do to control the puck better, maybe cycle it? You did a good job of that towards the end of the period. Tape-to-tape passes have been starting to click, but what do you got to do overall as an offense attack from an attack standpoint to cycle the puck a bit better?
we just got to get pucks deep and chase and play a physical game. And so as long as we do that, what we're told by Coach, we shouldn't have any problems. So we're still in this game, and we should have a good third period.
Still in this game, I like that. It feels very opportunistic out there, like anything can change. Have you seen a period like that before in your time in the ECHA? That was pretty wild going back and forth there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we play some really good teams, this being one of them. So we're pretty used to the pace, especially this year. We're playing some really good teams. So, yeah, just look to build off of it, and, yeah.
3-2 Golden Rams advantage. What are they doing really well in this hockey game, and what are you going to do to make sure they don't do that well at all in the third period?
Well, the power play is really good. They have 2 power play goals, so we just got to stay out of the box and execute 5-on-5 and maybe even on the power play. So,
Nick, I got you here right now. You're graduating in the fall. This is our last game with you. Any final words you'd like to say here before the third period starts?
Go Temple, I guess.
Nick Van Allen, a big fan of the Temple Owls, number 25 here. Temple down 3-2 heading into the third period in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Don't you go anywhere, boys and girls.
And welcome back to some Temple After Dark, ECHA After Dark. I don't know. It's 10:30 at night, and we're at Westchester, Pennsylvania, so whatever it is It's after dark. Westchester leads Temple 3-2. We're ready for some third period action. But Taylor, I want to kick it down to you real quick. We had some controversy on the Golden Rams' second goal of the period. Looks like it maybe went through the side of the net. What did you get from the refs?
So
You're good.
So the official, 1, 2, 3.
We can hear you, Taylor. Okay, well, the play's going on. Taylor, change your batteries. You need a battery change. As we just kicked off the third period, Charles
1, 2.
Giazza flying through the neutral zone for Temple, and it flies up, sends a shot on net, but it flutters up into the netting as Taylor needs to figure out his mic situation by changing his batteries. And with our first stoppage, me and Zach, we definitely wanted to mention this. Our favorite thing here at Iceline, we have the Goal Line Pub. Look at this suite. It's just filled with people. I mean, this is just a great place to watch some ECHA hockey, if you're asking me.
They have the Sixers. They got hockey. What else can you want?
Well, I mean, what else can you want? You got Temple versus Westchester at 10:30 at night. Let's
That's
go.
right. That's right.
Westchester flying through the neutral zone. O'Brien sends a shot on. Flicks off the glove from Auerbach. Leo Flick himself getting pestered by Brandon LeBombard, and Kyle Smedley comes away with it, slides it over Barberini, who sends a little saucer pass to LeBombard, takes a nice little settling pass, makes one defenseman miss, sends it over Giazza, who takes a shot, but it goes wide of the net.
You like the look from the Owls. They came out quick. They got a shot on. You want to see more of that going forward.
Westchester trying to get in the offensive zone, can't. Giazza looks like he's got a little speed under him here in this third period, pestering it, sends a blind shot, even though he didn't mean it, onto the net. And just over a minute into the third period, we have a stoppage. Westchester leading 3-2. Westchester, the Golden Rams, they're leading in shots 36-19, excuse me. But hey, at the end of the day, the Owls are only trailing by 1 goal, and they've had opportunities to stay within this game and possibly even tie it up.
Listen, if you're the Owls, obviously you need one quick. You want to tie it up, but not even a goal. How about some just physicality? They need that going forward. Own this game, because the first 2 periods, it didn't look like they were.
Some physicality and some forecheck would do Temple a world of help right here.
I agree.
Brandon Ondick, Michael Irie, and Andrew Kaiser, the line with 38 points combined, is out on the ice for the Owls. Brandon Ondick along the right half boards tries to get it out. Off a stick, couldn't connect with a clean pass to Michael Irie, who scored the Owls' second goal of the game. Rorty chips it in deep for Westchester, goes in a chase. Matthew Gannett pestering him in the corner. Rorty plays a little cycle game, but Andrew Kaiser doing a great job back checking as a center. Puck's bouncing around along the back, but Kaiser and Gannett are fighting for Rorty with the puck, and the puck finds its way out front. A little scary for the Owls as Sennigan goes after the puck, but Ben Auerbach covers up. With 18-12 left in the third period, we will have a defensive zone face-off to Ben Auerbach's right or left.
Mike, is that you, Mike?
Yeah, Taylor, I think we can hear you. Your batteries.
It's like I never left, man. I
it's
always stay here. 18-12 to go, by the way, in the third.
Great problem solving, bud. It only took you 2 minutes to put batteries in.
Thank you so much. We're going to work that one out later, Mike. That was really hurtful.
Well,
So let's get a stoppage here, Mike, and I'll explain what happened.
We'll come back for the second goal, but we have Taylor for the last 18 minutes, and that's all we need him for, so we're ready. Hey, it's ECHA After Dark. A lot of things are confusing.
Okay, Mike,
All right,
so
we're bringing in Taylor. What happened on that Westchester second goal of the period?
On that tying goal, Ben Auerbach, was unaware of where the puck was. He had it on the back of his pad. The referee followed it the whole way. Everything else was going on. Madness was ensuing. Meanwhile, no one knew where the puck was but the official. Ben Auerbach had it on the back of his pad, and he was actually the one who forced it in by moving his pad just an inch to the right. The puck was able to cross the line on the back of his pad. So self-inflicted by Ben Auerbach, but really, what are you going to do there, Mike? Just a bad break.
That was a tough one. We're confused. Ben Auerbach was confused, and I think Westchester was even confused, but nonetheless, that goal counted, and it goes to the scoreboard, and Westchester is up by 1 goal. Reaching the 2.5-minute mark here in the third period, and Westchester flying through the neutral zone, trying to get some offensive pressure. The Owls are doing a good job of forechecking, not letting Westchester get some offensive zone pressure, which the Golden Rams were doing a lot in the second. Quick 3-on-2 if the Owls hurry. Zambella, Fowler, and Walker. Zambella cycles along to the left. Can't get it too far, though. There's a little miscommunication between him and Walker, and there for Temple. Kubaka coming the other way for Westchester. He has the Golden Rams' third goal of the game, which right now, if it stands, would be the game-winning goal. Clearly, coming in from his defensive zone position. And Westchester can't connect on the pass, and it goes all the way down the length of the ice, and both teams will get some changes with 16:50 left. Barberini for Temple behind our back, just cycles it down to Kyle Smedley. Kyle Smedley gets it up to McDougal. Aaron Carlson coming in, chipping in deep. Aaron Carlson's going to go in for the forecheck. Puck going to the point. Barberini keeps it in. Carlson's going to get into a little exchange with Lane. And we got a puck battle.
Temple's had possession for a while, but not too many shots. Look for them to try to get more opportunities. Can't do anything unless you put the puck near the net, Mike.
Westchester comes away with it. Harmon chips it in deep. As McElroy trying to get in the corner. Barberini, the big man on defense, pestering him. Shot sent from the point by Westchester, but doesn't get through. McDowell gets hit down from behind, asking for a penalty as Temple. His shot goes through. Ben Auerbach just paddles it into the corner. Smith for Westchester gets into the slot, but Barberini bats it around as Westchester goes in for a change, and Barberini coming out through the defensive zone, getting some speed behind him. The big defenseman tries to get in deep, but two Westchester defenders close in on him and chips it down into Temple's defensive zone. Kyle Smedley trying to neutral zone pass, maybe look at Lombard or Van Allen, but can't get it. Crawley does a little chip move to himself, sends a slick little shot on the Auerbach and makes a save, and O'Brien almost got the rebound home. Temple controlling, Van Allen pressuring for the Owls. As playing a little volleyball between the two teams now, just lobbing it back and forth. Charles Giazza controls deep, and the Owls are looking to get some forecheck going. Giazza trying to get the puck from O'Brien. O'Brien doesn't know what to do with it, hits it off the boards to himself as he still has it. Almost a turnover there for the Golden Rams, and backhanded out of the zone by Westchester. Matthew Gannett just slaps it off the boards to hit it back. Almost a quick little too many men on the ice for Westchester. Maybe should have been called, but no one played the puck, thankfully for the Golden Rams. As we just passed the 15-minute mark here in the third period, Westchester still leads by 1. Moses tries to keep it in with his glove and can't, and Westchester, he's in the chase with O'Brien. Moses paddles it along to Gannett. Gannett does a little stop, little dipsy-do over to Van Allen in the corner. Van Allen delivers a big hit on Senegan. Senegan still has the puck along the left dot. Stick handling, pestered by Gannett. But Senegan in the corner has Westchester's second goal of the game, still and has it, comes away with it. Over into the point. Curtis takes a shot off a couple of bodies, and Auerbach gets out of position, but the puck goes wide. Brandon LeBombard along the half boards. Tries to connect with Van Allen, but misses on a short pass. And should have been too many men on the ice for Westchester, as they had 6 men on the ice, and the person who came on played the puck, but was not caught by the refs, as we just got to the 14-minute mark here in the third period. Should have been another power play, but the refs missed that one. Westchester controls it. Bigiazza does a nice job poke-checking it. Horacek fighting with Gannett. Horacek pushes it along to Senegan. Tries to get it out front. Good active stick by Auerbach, and he'll eventually cover it up. And we have a stoppage of play with 13:42 left in the third. And I think the refs missed too many men on the ice. You're right behind the bench. What did you see? They should have at least got that last one.
I agree on the last one. The first one was tough to see, but one thing the officials should be thankful for is Pat Carroll saw neither of them. He had no reaction. I was waiting for him to explode, but I think if Carroll was aware of the fact that Westchester had another man on the ice, he might have lost it, because this coaching all night has been on the officiating for being quote-unquote inconsistent, not making enough calls.
Westchester wins the offensive zone draw. Horacek saucer pass along the zone. Shot from the point. Patted aside by Auerbach. Horacek comes away with it. Pestered by Kaiser. But Horacek is in it deep. Senegan trying to forecheck, but Bladen Reed and Ian Bowles don't let him to do that. Temple gets it out of the zone. Nice little stick handling by Clearly. And he tries to get it in deep, but gets it in the Temple bench. And with just about 7 minutes gone in the third, we have a stoppage in play. Westchester is at the 39-shot mark, 1 away from 40. Temple only has 20 shots on goal, but fellas, where it counts, it's only 3-2.
Yeah, where it counts, it's 3-2, Mike, and it's the word that I've used all game, but opportunistic. The limited opportunities Temple has gotten in recent periods, they have been able to create a bit more pressure. So I think Temple in this game, they're going to just have to close on whatever opportunity they get if they.
Andrew Kaiser trying to muscle his way into the zone, does so, but loses control of the puck. And Westchester in the offensive zone tries to make some tape-to-tape passing, but can't. Maybe a little too cute. Could have just got a shot off. Temple can't control in the neutral zone, and Westchester's right at it. Nordlinger clearly gets a shot, but it goes wide into the corner, and Temple can maybe get a quick odd man rush if they hurry. Brandon Ondick going through the neutral zone, trying to stick handle, can't control, still finds it, goes into the center, can't be batted home by Kaiser. And Westchester gets the rebound as Nordlinger and Kubaka come the other way for the Golden Rams. Puck's just sitting in the neutral zone, picked up by Crowley, comes in, takes off little wrist shot, and right into the chest of Ben Auerbach, and he makes an easy save for Westchester's 40th shot of the game and his 37th save of the game.
One name we haven't heard much about tonight, Mike, is Brendan Ondick. Not really being present in this game. Obviously, he's in the lines, but he's not really making his presence known. You know, he's got one of the guys that needs to step up, take ownership of this team, and try to get something going. 12:21 left, and they're down 1.
Defensive zone draw to the right of Auerbach with 12:20 left in the second period to go. Temple can't connect on some D-to-D passing between Moses and Gannett, and the Golden Rams have it. Mike Walker back on the back check for the Owls. Sends along the boards up to Crowley and slides it over to Samedi. Samedi sends a shot, but blocker saved by Auerbach. Gannett and Walker coming on the Golden Ram in the corner. A little support from looks like it's Aiden Smith. Sends it back out to Samedi. Over to Smith. Smith with this bounce. Sends it over. Crowley takes a shot. Flutters wide of the net. Out in front in the slop, and McElroy can't settle it as the pass was in his skates from Harmon. Westchester is getting some much-needed offensive zone time if they want to keep this lead. Temple can't seem to control the puck. The puck keeps bouncing out in the slot. McElroy takes a shot. Looks like it was a back and is deflects up into the netting. And with 11:30 left in the third period, we have a defensive zone draw. Taylor, I know you have some hard-hitting journalism reporting on why this ice surface is just flat out not good today.
Yeah, so I talked to a man who shall not be named in between the glass and the periods. There is a recent change in the Zamboni driving department, Mike. Zamboni Driving Incorporated. They just upgraded to a new president, so new system, still going over the film, still getting used to it. Said the ice has been a little bit bouncy recently. He kind of laughed, chuckled, said he agreed. Has no direct answer why, but did agree with my point. The ice has been bouncy ever since the change of pace. So interesting, Mike. There's a lot going on off the game that we need to worry about.
Yeah, a lot of aspects to sort of take into account, a lot of variables. It's 10:45 p.m. We have a very bouncy ice surface, and we have some ECHA matchups going on. So a lot of things going on that you can take into consideration, but with 11:19 and a defensive zone draw to the right of Ben Auerbach, which Temple wins, Westchester is still up only 1 goal. Forecheck and crossing engaged near the blue line as McDougal comes away with the puck, maybe does a little stick handling the wrong way, and Crossan just lays a big hit on Horacek. Horacek looks upset. He's gripping up Crossan's stick, but Crossan is known to deliver the hits, and he delivered on Jake Horacek, the Golden Rams' second leading points getter. Turnover by the Golden Rams, and there's going to be a penalty. I think it's going to be on Crossan, who delivered a lot of hits that shift. And I think Westchester and the coaches don't know what's going on. Aaron Crossan's don't know what's going on. But nonetheless, number 14 in black is going to go into the penalty box. And Westchester is going to get another power play opportunity with 10:48 to go in this game. Taylor, when you get a chance, I don't want you to get your head bitten off because Aaron Crossan might be a little upset why there's a penalty. So when you get the chance, if you can just let us know at least what the call was. But first,
looks
close
like he's trying. Yeah, it looks like Taylor's
first close
talking
the
to him
gate
now.
because that's going to need to be closed. Taylor, thank you. Westchester already has 2 power play goals this game, and the faceoff is one. Samedi is along the right dot, gets it out the lane in the blue line, can't control it, but he finds a way to keep it in. Rorty, who scored the first goal for Westchester, controlling it along the left half boards, looking in for a shot, but can't find anything. Lane along the blue line, along the right half boards, back up to Lane, takes a shot, but it goes wide. Layden Reed just hits it along the boards, and it is out of play.
If you're the Owls, you really don't want to see a Golden Rams goal here. They're only down by 1. If you're the Owls, you have chances. You just need to capitalize on them.
Westchester taking their good old time coming through the zone as we meet with only 1:20 left in the power play. Taylor, I'll kick it down to you once Temple can clear the puck. Westchester settling. Samedi down the lane. Sends it over to Ryan Vogt. Vogt over to Lane along the blue line. Ryan Vogt and Samedi are in the same area. They separate. Samedi sends a pass across over to Rorty. Rorty can't control it, sends a shot, blocked by the big body in Barberini. McDowell maybe gets a little tangled up, tries to clear it, but a top-of-the-slot shot by Vogt into the breadbasket of Auerbach. Taylor, what you got for us?
Just spoke to number 14, Aaron Cross, and Mike. He looked me dead in the eyes and he asked me a question. He said, I thought we were playing hockey. Now, what did he mean by that? Well, number 14, Aaron Crossan got called for roughing. The referee said there was no direct reason for the roughing, just that he was quote-unquote headhunting out there. I asked Aaron, how do you feel about that? He said, again, I thought we were playing hockey. You know, it's a rough sport, so obviously a little disappointed. 2 seconds away from keeping this a one-goal game.
Well, nonetheless, Westchester has a man-up opportunity. 35 seconds left in that man-up opportunity, but they have some offensive zone time. Clearly, going to the top of the slot, Zenigan tries to send a pass across, but the skater Giazza knocks it away. Clearly keeps it in. Zenigan along the left dot. Tries to Auerbach, keeps it out, keeping his left pad strong. And Leo Flick and Horacek, the two leading goal scorers for Westchester's in there poking at it, but Auerbach stays strong, covered it up. And we have some networking after the whistle with 19 seconds left in the power play and 9:06 left in this game. Still 3-2 Westchester.
I'll tell you, Mike, 19 seconds left on this power play would be absolutely huge if Temple could kill this off. It's still a one-score hockey game, and I still hold the same opinion I held in the first period. This is a game of bounces, could go either way. The shot count does not justify what type of hockey game this is. If Temple can kill off this penalty, it's still anyone's ball game.
Well, Taylor, you're going to have to let Carlson out of the penalty box, just so you know. I don't want you to get run over by him. But Westchester wins the offensive zone draw. Tries to get some offensive zone time, get a shot off, a save Auerbach, and it goes out. Nick Van Allen's going to chase it. John Kelly comes out of his net to not let Allen settle the puck as the power play for Westchester even strength hockey with 8:45 left to go in this game. Crowley enters in for Westchester and is paddled aside into the netting behind the net by Ben Auerbach, and we have a stoppage in play with 8:42 left to go.
Mike, there has to be a change of identity right now, a change of character. You're running out of options here. 8:42, as I mentioned, these have been limited. One thing Temple can do in this game, though, is put more pressure on. They've been caught looking at the puck all night, Mike. What do I mean by that? Not skating to the puck, waiting for it to come to them. It's happened twice now within the past 5 minutes where Westchester has pinned down Ben Auerbach low. It was all because they let it deflate them to the net. I mean, Mike, come on. You cannot get caught looking at the puck. There's 5 guys you got to keep track of. Do not lose your assignment.
Well, maybe not the most skillful line for Temple, but probably the most active and aggressive line for Temple, as we have Mike Walker, Jason Zambella, and Sean Fowler out there for the Owls, but Westchester is in one position now. As Sean Fowler gets it out, but Yawler for the Golden Rams possesses it at the red line, just sends it back in, and we're going to have an icing as he was on the wrong side of the red line. He looks a little confused, and, well, maybe a makeup call because he was on the red line, but what do we know?
So strange. Temple came out in this third period, looked like they were on fire. They had all the opportunities. They were in their offensive zone, passing effectively 3-on-2s. All the opportunities that they needed to have, they got, but they couldn't capitalize. That's the big point. Still down 1, 8:20 left to go in the third.
Ondick takes a quick shot off the face-off, but it hits a couple bodies and just trickles into the corner. Away from the Golden Rams, swaggers it up through the neutral zone as we have Harmon coming in with speed. Moses forces him along the side, but Harmon just settles around and tips it back to Clearly along the blue line. Smith down low, comes along in the right side, takes a shot off the cross. Shot, what placement, but he hit the crossbar. Will control in the neutral zone, bouncing around. Andrew Kaiser comes away with it, takes a shot, but Lane gets in away with it, and that puck's just going to go into the corner. And Blayton Reed, who just came on for Alex Barberini, controls it, and he's going to take it himself into the offensive zone, tries to do a little dipsy-do, but Kubaka, who currently has the difference in this game with the third goal, settles it, and eventually the Rams get it out, and it looks like there will be an icing call as Ian Bowles wins the race over Ari Nordlinger, and with 7:12, the Owls will have an offensive zone draw, and it feels like probably maybe their first of this period or first in a while.
Yeah, you could see right there, Bladen Reed walking into the zone, and he tried to do it all himself. Being too complicated right now. You're only down one. You need one to tie this game. Get back to the basics of hockey, pass the puck like you should, and hopefully you should be successful.
The Owls' leading goal scorer with 20 points, Charles Giazza, on the ice for the men in black, as he gets the puck on his skate, or on his stick, for the Golden Rams, comes away with it. This is a big game for Temple, as this is their 8th ECHA game, and they're 6th with 11 points currently. If the season ended now, they'd be in the playoffs, but Westchester only has 4 ECHA games and 4 wins. Golden Rams coming away with it, but Samedi can't get a clean shot off. Bladen Reed pushes him into the corner, and Kubaka comes in for support for the men in yellow. Kubaka comes away with it, stick handling, looking for something to do with 6:30 left in the third. Kubaka pirouettes around. Crowley along in the corner gets a big hit from LeBombard. As Leo Flick goes into the corner, LeBombard engages with him. Moses, Bladen Reed delivers a nice little hit. And a nice move by Leo Flick through the skates of Giazza, gets into the center but can't get a dangerous scoring opportunity. Giazza will just backhand flutter it out into the neutral zone where Westchester will settle it. We're at the 6-minute mark left in the third period. Crowley comes in, delivers a slap shot, blockered away by Auerbach. Ian Bowles just flicks it up but into the netting, and the puck will stay in the defensive zone to the left of Auerbach for a draw.
When Temple finally gets the puck, they're just so tired. All they have to do is just air it down the center ice, and the Golden Rams have it again. They need to find their foot, stop the momentum that Westchester has right now if they want a shot at tying this hockey game.
This is the last meeting between Temple and Westchester. Their first meeting of the year. Westchester won 6-1 at the Igloo in Mount Laurel. Golden Rams send a shot, goes off a couple sticks in front and out wide, centered out into the slot, but Van Allen comes away with it, tries to flutter along to Sean Fowler, who's pressuring Cleary, and can't come away with the puck as the Golden Rams just find it back, and Jake Horacek settles it, getting pestered by Barberini. 5:23 left in the third. The Golden Rams will be happy with just a little cycle game to take away some seconds. Centered out for Westchester, but they can't find the puck, but it stays in the Owls' defensive zone. Senegan, who has the second goal of the game for the Westchester, finds it clearly along the left side, fakes a shot, fakes out Fowler, sends it on net, but away by Auerbach.
Mike, I'm looking at this line right now in particular. Number 17, Michael Irie, is coming out on the ice right now, and Michael is a guy that we have described all year as someone who can make you pay and make you pay fast if he gets a window of opportunity. Well, this seems a fitting time for Michael Irie in a game where Temple has had a very limited window of opportunity. He's someone that can make a play quick, and he does need a lot of space to do it.
Westchester gets a shot off, goes through the crease, but not into the net. Yawler sends a shot right through the skates of Irie, and it trickles onto net. It finds a way, the puck all the way out to the blue line, but Westchester is keeping it in as we're under 5 minutes to play in the second period, but Temple might get a quick break. Michael Irie coming down the left side, but can't get it too deep as Yawler is pressuring him right there along the boards, and it finds its way out as Matthew Gannett has to regroup around the red line, shifts it over to Moses, on Dick along the blue line, has ice it takes, sends it over to Irie, but just on the tape-to-tape pass. Irie might have had a chance to shot, 4:20 to go in the third period. Ondick sends it out in front, but Irie can't settle it, and Westchester is able to get it out. Probably one of the best offensive shifts for the Owls this third period. Westchester flutters it out into the neutral zone. Irie regroups at the red line. Settling it, Nick Van Allen, who just came on the ice, shifts it over to Gannett on the left side, and he throws it in deep as we get a deep pair change. Bladen Reed and Ian Bowles comes on for the Owls. Charles Giazza also coming on with Brandon LeBombard. The Owls' first line is out there trying to get a goal. They desperately need 40 left to go in the third period. Westchester still leads 3-2. The Owls have only won one matchup of the last the last 6 against Westchester. Since 2016, the Golden Rams are 5-1 against the Owls, with 2 of those games being 1-goal games. Earlier this season, Westchester won 6-1, but right now, the score holds. Westchester is leading the Owls 3-2, with 3:30 to go in the third, a stoppage in play, as a face-off will come out in the neutral zone.
3:29 left on the clock here, Mike. You got to think Ben Auerbach eventually within the coming moments will look over at the bench. Temple's going to have to get that extra skater. This could be a buzzer beater if Temple wants to tie this.
Yep. Temple wants a goal. They need to get it now. Taylor, keep your eye out for the goalie coming out. Brandon LeBombard gets it out to the neutral zone. The Owls are just hoping to get some offensive pressure here. Brandon LeBombard just roaring through the neutral zone, tries to get it in deep, can only get it so far, but Giazza helps him out. LeBombard going in it for the forecheck. Crowley hits him. These Golden Rams try to poke it. Barberini doing a good job of keeping it in. Brandon LeBombard going against Crawley. Nick Van Allen trying to help him out, but Crawley flicks it over to Leo Flick. I love using the word flick than saying Leo Flick's name. But the Golden Rams sit right below their goal mouth, and with 2:40 to go in the third period, just chips it off the boards all the way down to the other end of the ice, and there should be an icing call. And with 2:34 left in the third period, offensive zone draw for Temple, and maybe timeout consideration from Pat Carroll.
Mike, I think Coach Carroll's going to call off the timeout here, but expect something to come within the coming moments. We have assistant coaches on the bench drawing up a play. Carroll's trying to see what look he can get here with the skaters we have. So keep an eye on that. Ben Auerbach has been ready to go, but Temple just not able to keep it to get Auerbach out.
Yeah, Charles Giazza in that first line with Nick Van Allen, Brandon LeBombard just had a long shift, so maybe just a couple extra seconds with the boys to get some legs back under them. Barberini tries to send a shot on net, but is blocked off, and Westchester just sends it in deep, does a wholesale line change. Barberini's defensive zone, banks it along the boards to Fowler. He can't control it, though. And Temple, approaching the 2-minute mark left in the third period, is going to have to deal with a defensive zone draw, and they got to get something going quick, or the Owls will fall to 3-5 in conference play with only 8 conference games to go, and they have 11 points. The good thing is, though, the teams below them, including Villanova, who is in action tonight against Towson, the Owls have beat Villanova once, so that is good for them to maybe get 2 points up on them, but it's their last matchup with Westchester, and they might not get any points against the Golden Rams.
Temple may not have any choice here with getting Auerbach out of the net. They really need that extra skater, but they just cannot get it in the Westchester zone. So I think as soon as this gets deep, you're going to see Auerbach coming out.
Kubaka sends out in front of the slot, can't find a stick. Westchester controls. McKeever drops it off the lane. Nordlinger pressuring in for Westchester, and Kubaka comes away with it. He has a difference maker in this game. Over the lane, takes a shot, goes wide of the net. 1:37 to go. Temple can't get out of their zone, meaning Ben Auerbach can't get out of the net, and Temple can't get the extra attacker. 1:30 to go in the third period. Kubaka along the left dot sends a shot, but it goes along to McKeever, and Westchester's taking their time. Bladen Reed tries to knock McKeever off the puck. McKeever, big body, staying on it. Zambella coming in to help, but Kubaka gets it, takes a slap shot, and with 1:14, the puck finds its way into Ben Auerbach's chest, and the Owls will have to deal with another defensive zone draw as Charles Giazza signals to the ref a timeout, and the Owls and head coach Pat Carroll will talk it over with 1:14 left in the third.
Perfect timing, too, Mike. That was a minute that just went absolutely wasted for Temple there. They could not get Auerbach out, and it's 1:14. The faceoff still in Temple's zone. I mean, they're just struggling just to put it back deep. I mean, let alone get Auerbach out of the net.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen back to you.
Yep, usually on these situations, you would like to call a timeout in the neutral zone or in an offensive zone draw so you can start to play with the goalie out of the net, but the faceoff's going to be about 20 feet to Auerbach's right, so nothing much you can do. You got to keep him in the crease and hopefully win a faceoff and get some offensive zone pressure really quickly, but you only have 1:14 to go as we hit the 11:02 p.m. mark, and it's never been more Temple after dark than this. We also have some other ECHA games to mention: Nova versus Townsend and William & Patterson versus Penn State Berks. And Navy just beat Drexel 2-1, which is huge. Drexel lost in ECHA play. Navy getting their 5th win. Navy moves up to 15 points. They move in a tie with Lehigh for first place, but they have 2 games in hand on Lehigh. So some big movement, some big games in the ECHA. If Temple can find an equalizer here, get into overtime, they can get a much-needed point to give themselves some cushion. Nova, who has 6 points, 5 points behind Temple, but Nova has 2 games in hand. But out on the ice for Temple, we have Charles Giazza, Nick Van Allen, Kyle Smedley, Alex Barberini, and also Andrew Kaiser. Giazza can't win the face-off. Sent on net. Leo Flick going to control it behind the net, just playing along the boards as we approach the 1 minute mark. The Golden Rams still possessing the offensive zone. Temple has to get some pressure on, get this puck away from it. Leo Flick, body shielding from Barbieri. 1 minute mark in the third period. 1 minute to go. Temple can't get it out of the zone. Andrew Kaiser in the corner blindly throws a pass and doesn't connect with anybody. Westchester just bats it in deep. 45 seconds to go. Leo Flick. Kyle Smedley strips Flick though, and maybe a chance for Temple. Nick Van Allen hits Andrew Kaiser. He chips it in deep though, but no control and possession. Lane backhand. Westchester
here we go, Mike.
Shovels it out. But
Michael Lowry.
Michael Lowry backs off the ice. Michael Lowry on. 6 Temple attackers to Westchester's 5. But 25 seconds to go. Temple still in the defensive zone. Nice shot by Vogt, but Kyle Smedley blocks it down. 18 seconds to go, and Kyle Smedley's just circling around his crease. 15 seconds to go. To get going, and a pass misses, and there's going to be an icing call with 10.6 seconds. Pat Carroll puts his hands on his head in frustration.
That one is really, really frustrating for Temple because Michael Irie, number 17, is a deadly scorer. That's exactly who I would have put out there in that scenario, Mike. Great coaches, but with 10.6 seconds remaining on the clock, it's not really inspiring confidence considering it just took Temple a whole 2.5 minutes just to get it out. It's been a tough game down in their own zone tonight.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes of the game, I mean, Westchester was just toying with Temple. There was nothing they could have done.
In the face-off, and as we approach the 5-second mark, Temple tries to get something going. Maybe a little chance right here, but Westchester keeps it away from Charles Giazza, and the Golden Rams prevail and defeat Temple 3-2 on home ice as Temple only gets 20 shots to Westchester's 51. Ben Auerbach with a great performance, 48 saves, but nonetheless the Golden Rams behind 3 second-period goals defeat Temple by a score of 3-2. Westchester sweeps the season series against the Owls as the teams meet at center ice for handshakes. I don't think Taylor's going to grab anyone for post-game, so
I just think this game comes down to Temple's defense. I mean, you saw at the end, you saw in the beginning, they just came out and Westchester just did basically whatever they could, Mike, and did whatever they wanted to do. Temple could not stop them. They couldn't get possession of the puck when they needed to. The last 4 minutes of the game, you know, Westchester was just playing with it in their offensive zone. Temple stopped them, and that is the issue about this game. They only lost by 1, had plenty of opportunities, but couldn't capitalize when they needed to.
All right, Westchester moves to 5-0 in ECHA play. Temple drops to 3-5. They stay at the 11-point threshold, and no matter the Villanova result against Towson, Temple will still hold that 6th place spot, but Temple has 2 games in hand, and if they do get a win, will only be 3 points back. But we're going to keep it here for a quick little post-game show to wrap up tonight's action as we just reached 11 p.m. So we got some Temple After Dark post-game show. Westchester defeated Temple 3-2 behind 3 second-period goals. Temple only getting a strike from Garrett and Michael Irie in the second. And a tough one for the Owls as they fought hard but just couldn't get enough offensive zone pressure, Taylor.
They did fight, Mike, and I really like how you use that word because Temple easily could have taken their foot off the gas. It was very frustrating for them, especially when Westchester had control of the puck. But they kept fighting and they kept chipping back. My this game tonight is they really couldn't feel out their own identity. It seems like just when we thought, oh, they're going to run this way with the game or maybe they figure this out, they kind of let Westchester or allowed Westchester just to get right back into the game. It could have been well out of reach. Ben Auerbach played a huge role in that just to keep this game 3-2. But overall, not a bad game by Temple. It seems like Westchester, it was a defensive game, as Zach said. Westchester, from a defensive standpoint, just outplayed Temple.
Yep, hold on, go ahead, Zach.
No, just basically agreeing with Taylor there. I mean, Temple's defense was Ben Auerbach. There was nobody else who really showed any effort tonight. Did, but you know, really couldn't get it done against this awesome forechecking team that Westchester is. Again, they just came out, they showed their strengths, and there's really nothing Temple could do about it for a majority of the game.
Yeah, well, this was Ben Auerbach's 8th start of the season, and he drops to 3-5 on the season in his 8th start. 7 of his 8 starts, he has faced at least 49 shots.
Yeah, listen,
Which,
when you're
no
3-5,
matter how good of a goaltender you are, that's just too many shots to face.
when you're 3-5 and you lose on 3 goals, allowing 3 goals in on 51 shots, I don't care who you are, that's a phenomenal goaltender. Unfortunately the numbers don't show that, but we saw it here. Ben really the stone of this defense here, guys.
In the sport of hockey, especially in this league right here in the ECHA, the record of the goaltender for me never does it any justice because it's just so unpredictable, this sport. We watch it every single night. But for Ben Auerbach to be 3-5, for someone from a neutral standpoint who sees that, they're in themselves, okay, here's a goalie who's had his highs, has his lows, but this has just been a 10 out of 10 year for Ben Auerbach. In the times where he can, within his being, step up and make a play, he does. There's just, as Zach mentioned, some occurrences where it's just way too much. And moving forward, it's something that you owe to your goaltender, especially a goaltender like Ben. It goes beyond just 1 or 2 guys. I think it's the whole team. Just not enough aggression now. Granted, Westchester, we knew a lot of talent at the forward, in the forward department. Great forechecking team tonight, benefit of the doubt. But one thing I saw all night, Zach, just not skating to the puck, watching the puck go by, and you're going to get beat on the forecheck every time if that happens.
Yeah, when you're tired with the puck and you just fling it to neutral ice, or like Mike said multiple times, blindly throws a pass to somebody, I mean, that's going to hurt you. When you don't have the legs to effectively get the puck in your defensive zone and then have a forecheck that's predictable and, can produce points, that's going to be an issue for you. And that's what we saw tonight. By the time they got the puck, Temple did, in their defensive, they were just too tired. They had to fling it down the ice. They had to get a change because there was nothing going to be produced anyway. So it's unfortunate. 51 shots allowed by Temple. Ben Auerbach only letting in 3 goals. We could touch on that all night. He's really the star of this team. He's held them in multiple times. They had opportunities to tie this game, just couldn't get the job done when they needed to.
So some ECHA implications, fellas. Just going to run through them real quick as this is the post-game show. Westchester defeating Temple 3-2 here at Iceline. This is our last broadcast of the semester, so we just want to give you some quick ECHA rundown. So Navy, thanks to our Mr. Director Dylan Coyle, gave me the news. Navy defeating Drexel 2-1. Navy moves into a tie at 15 points. Excuse me. Westchester getting their 5th win of the season, go 5-0. They move up. They're going to have 14 points, move into a tie in second place with William Patterson, who's actually in action against Penn State Berks. Nova is also in action against Townsend, but Temple holding steady in the sixth place spot. They have 9 games played in ECHA play, 7 to go. So listen, still have plenty of opportunity to get into the playoffs. You have Westchester, you no longer play them. You only have 1 game against Drexel, and you could argue that Westchester and Drexel are the class of the ECHA. So Temple is still very well and alive and still holding on to a very good season.
Yeah, looking back at this point last year, Mike, it was a battle heading all the way back into the final week. I mean, it was us, it was the media, it was the fans, it was the whole league really with scoreboard watching to see if Temple was going to get into the playoffs. And this year, at this point in the season, it is a different hockey team. Cases out there, and I get it. Everyone's got to feel their way out, but this is a team for me that's very capable, and especially that win over Villanova at Hatfield was specifically very inspiring for a team to go on the road. We'll call it a road game. Go on the road and win a game like that. That can come back to really help you in the end of the year. Games like this where you lose to Westchester can also come back to bite you. So what I say is every game's a big opportunity, but tonight and for many games moving forward for the rest of Temple's season, beyond the Virginia road trip, they're going to have to lock down, Mike. And I think they have a really great opportunity, and they have the product to get back to where they were last year.
As you mentioned, Temple's a really good team on the road. Their true road record is 3-1, 4-1 if you want to count that Nova game, but they dropped to 4-2 after this loss. Westchester's a good home team, so the Owls do fight hard away from home, and they have plenty of away games in the second semester. And they have 14 away games left. Dylan Cole's away games. Total games left. Can you find me how many away games they have left, Dylan? Thank you, because I want to know that, because Temple's a good away team, so we want to tell that to the listeners.
Listen, I will say this for Taylor and Mike. This is a great Westchester team. We talked about how good their forecheck is, their backcheck is, their presence on the ice themselves. And for Temple to only lose by 1 goal, I mean, sure, obviously everybody would like a victory, but at the same time, Temple lost 3-2. A lot of those goals that were going in were very controversial. Taylor, you gave us a little insight. The only reason Westchester scored that second was because Ben Auerbach just moved his leg across the goal line. That's when the puck crossed. So a lot of chances could have went either way. So we say Temple didn't play well tonight, but they must have done something right because they only allowed Westchester 3 goals.
In their last 6 games, Zach, a perfect 500 for the Temple Owls to be 3-3. I see 3 losses, but I also see 3 wins. And the thing about this conference specifically, as I mentioned, it's going to get tight, whether you want it to get tight or whether you don't. It will get tight at the end. For Temple to get any point possible in any of these games coming up is important. But for me, the difference is going to be, can they win the games? Can they close the games? Can they play 3 periods of hockey? It's been tough for me to think of a time this season other than maybe going back to week 1 where they played 3 periods of hockey. And if they don't do that, they're not going to get the wins. And I think points matter, but the points into the playoffs are winning big games like Mike mentioned against Villanova. They're going to have to win some big games in the second half of the season.
Yep, we have to win some big games. We're going to wrap it up on this post-game show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the TU Ice Network. Temple's next game, they have the Villanova Showcase next weekend as they play 2 non-divisional games. Then they're back in the division play December 7th. So we're going to be up in North Jersey in Newark, right near the Prudential Center. Not playing in the actual Prudential Center, playing in a training rink. But that's when Temple's next ECHA game is. And this is our last broadcast of the semester, as I mentioned. And the next time we broadcast a game will be January 7th against Navy. So everybody, thank you. Or January 17th, Navy. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the TU Ice Network. Westchester coming away with the 3-2 win against Temple. And we'll call it for a semester. Everybody, please tune in to the winner. Thank you for listening now. Dylan Coyle is giving me the thumbs down, but I give myself a thumbs up.